I have. Yay! Welcome. Thank you for joining me. Debz Cooper, Global Stressologist, here to join you today. Let's make sure we've got this now. I've got a little bit of a different background because I've had to use a different computer today. We love this, and it's all about moving from chaos to calm. And that was a little bit of me this morning and a little bit of me this week, and it's been a bit like that. So this is perfect, even just for me to remind myself about these tips. So thank you for joining me today, Debz Cooper, Global Stressologist, here to give you my favourite tips on how to move from chaos to calm. And these are ones that have actually got me through this week as I've been doing one step in front of the other. So I would love to know if you are here live or if you're here watching a replay. That would be fabulous as well. And my very first tip is actually get yourself pen and paper. Pen and paper or a note-taking device of some sort, because I'm going to give you these tips and I'm going to ask you to do the things that I've used because they are wise, they have got me through, but if you're storing them in your head, it can actually cause more chaos, clutter, brain noise. So, as we crack on, let's just feel what actually chaos looks like and feels like for me. For me, this has been a bit. So you have physical reactions, and sometimes you have goosies of anticipation or whatever you want to call it, but sometimes we have these physical reactions that make us go, oh, I just can't do this. You get headaches, your body feels heavy, and you know it's something going on. So there's a physical reaction that happens. There's also, I call it a mental marathon, and it's like a mind explosion, and you can run yourself on the marathon of the hamster wheel, and you can just go round and round and round, and you can often not actually get to an achieving state. So that's what happens. You also do a lot of B&S on yourself, and B&S is blame and shame on yourself. Blame and shame on yourself for getting yourself to this situation. I should know better. I've fallen for this. I've seen other people do this. Why did I leave it to the last minute? Blah, 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 blah. All this Pac-Man thingy. So we get a lot of blame and shame on ourselves when we're sitting in chaos or chaos is about to hit. And I often think about where chaos comes from, and it's about being disorganized. And so when you're disorganized or other people are disorganized, this is when your chaos can actually hit. And it just also means that you've got unrealistic expectations on other people's time frames if this is what's going on in your world. But there's lots of negativity creeps in when you are in chaos. And when I talk about that, it's like, oh, I'm not worthy of this, or there's not enough time in the day, or how can other people do this, and why me, and blah blah blah. And it's all just Pac-Man. It's all just Pac-Man wording that happens. So that's a little bit about chaos. Now, I actually don't need to tell you what happens with chaos because I'm pretty sure you already know what happens with chaos. But I'd like you to feel what calm is. It's like a calm way of being. And when I started thinking about these tips of a calm way of being, I even just talk differently, don't I, instead of chaos then. You do get a physical reaction as well. You do 100% get a physical reaction. But it's more like a warmth or a cozy up or just this really yummy, scrummy, divine space. You do have the mental marathons, but they're just different. That's going to annoy me. I have to sit in the same position. You do have the mental marathons like chaos, but it's just a different mental marathon. And it's sort of like you have an elevation on yourself is how I'd put it. That you're just like, oh, wow, actually I can do this. Wow, this is really interesting. Wow, I've got this done a lot quicker than I thought I would. And it hasn't, and I call that an elevation on yourself. So you have lots of positivity more embedded into here, and you have a certainty of your worth over the other side. So there's your chaos and there's your calm. I know one I'd rather choose, but let's go through it. So another tip I'm going to give you, and I'm not going to say this is actually tip number one, it sort of is really, but ish, pen and paper's tip number one, is actually watch your reaction. Watch your reaction, watch your emotions, because people look at you, how to handle a situation. And if you're chaotic, they're not going to get any certainty that's going to get resolved. So, for example, if you see a policeman or police person attending a car crash, and I'm saying police over medical, and they're panicking, and they are really panicking, and you're either watching it or you're even in that car crash, what are you thinking? Oh my God, if even the police can't handle me or something like this. If you see a police person really going a little bit crazy, can't do this, I can't do this, oh, I don't know if I can do this, and they're talking this stuff, are you going to feel safe in that situation? Heck no. Heck no. So for a start is watch your reaction. And when I say watch your reaction, you don't have to be the savior here. You don't have to be the savior, but just watch your reaction of what you're seeing and feeling, because it does actually help others around you. It can also escalate others around you, depending on that. So, I don't know if you've ever heard my podcast. My podcast, we talk about rating ourselves at the start, and it's just an assessment tool. So I'm going to make sure that you rate yourself here, and that is from a 0 to 10. And a 10 being absolutely chaotic, whatever's going on, you're completely discombobulated, Moira says, frazzled, stuck. And then a 0 is totally calm. Nothing's going to get you. You're not worried about what's in the future. You're not worried about what's in the past, sideways, any of that stuff. That's where you're at a 0. So rate yourself and acknowledge it. So right now, where are you sitting? Are you sitting at a 10 that you're discombobulated? Or are you sitting at a 2? Or are you sitting at a 0? So just rate yourself. All you're doing with rating yourself is you're acknowledging it. Oh, okay, well, I'm sitting at a 4 because I've got so much going on and I'm feeling a little bit out of kilter. Okay, 4, that's what it is. So the key there is to don't dwell on it. And there's actually a saying I really don't like, is it is what it is. So don't dwell on it, but it is what it is. Right now, that's what it is. So, okay, so say I'm a 4. Okay, fine, I'm a 4. That's it. Moving on. Acknowledge it and move on. Then you're going to look at, oh, excuse me, coming from the heat pump. It's so hot in this office. There we go. I've cranked it up. It's a little bit chilly outside. So the other thing is to remind yourself that it's not permanent. And I love this tip, because this is actually just saying it's not permanent. You know, emotions pass, whether they're good or bad, everything passes, and they're not permanent. So every day is different to whatever's going on around you, handling how you're handling it, how other people are handling it. So just know that it is not permanent. And that number I gave you is not permanent. You're not going to hold on to that for the rest of your life. You're not even going to hold it for 5-10 minutes. It's not permanent. The other thing is, what is causing your chaos? So that's another tip here. Grab your device. What is causing you chaos? And when I say that, I'm not talking about the why. I'm talking about what. So there could be things. There could be a who, and there could be a list of things that are in your head. That's it. That's literally all it is. So if there's a who, okay, that's it. Acknowledge it. If it's a list of tasks, acknowledge it. All you're doing is just writing that down, whatever the what is. Excuse me for yawning. And then you're going to, like the tip before, you're going to acknowledge it. That's it. Acknowledge it. You're not going to dwell on it. It is what it is. Can someone find me a new saying of saying it is what it is? What's another saying instead of saying it is what it is? So don't dwell on it. That's it. Done. So then you're going to remind yourself that there's a solution. So there's a solution to everything. There is a solution to every single thing that is going on in the world right now. You have to find the one that works for you. That's the thing. You have to find the one that works for you. So every day is different. Every day is different. Every number you do is different, whatever it is. So even if you find a solution today, it may not be the solution tomorrow, but it's wise to have a whole lot of solution bases sitting in your toolkit. But there is a solution to everything. I give you my word, there is a solution to everything. Even just knowing that, you're like, okay, there's a solution. I may not see it right now, but there's a solution. So, excuse me. Whew. That's a bit of a worry. Oh, the next one is actually brain dump. And when I say brain dump, I'd like you to write down all the things that are causing you chaos. Now, this could be people. It could be people that are causing you chaos. So, people. It could be tasks that you've got on your to-do list. If you could see my to-do list right here beside me, you would probably roll your eyes and go, how? That would cause me chaos if I actually looked at what I had there. But I'm doing this. So those tasks, whatever it is, just get it all out of your head. All your thoughts, everything. Get it all out of your head. All. The key is to get it all out, because then we can start replanting things in here. So get it all out. That's all. All out. Once you've brain dumped it, the next thing you're going to do is put time frames on it. And you've heard me talk about time frames so many times before. Realistic ones, realistic time frames. When it needs to be done by. Now, there's a difference in that need, when it needs to be done by, if you have to do it for the tax department, if you have to do it for the bank, if you have to do it for your family, when does it need to be done by? So remember, needs are different to your time frame. So if the government says it needs to be done by the first of the month, then probably don't wait till the last day of the month to get it done. Let's look at what needs to be done. Actually, I don't even know if the government actually asked you anything to be done. More like the tax department. So look at that time frame of things that need to be done and see if it's actually different to your time frame. The next one here is rate yourself again. Just going to drink water. Excuse me. And when I say rate yourself, just like what we did before, a 0 to 10. Are these tips helping you? Have you moved close to the 0? Have you not? What does it look like now? Thank you. The next one is get help. And when I talk about get help, I'm actually talking about ask others to help you. People that love to do the task. Because we talked about brain dumping and you've got a whole lot of things, because sometimes you just can't do those things. So who loves to do that task? It's also known as delegation. So ask those people who loves to do that task. Who do you know who loves to clean your house if you want your house clean? Who do you know who can help you put together a job advertisement? Who do you know who can help do your garden? Like, get some help, because if this is really overloaded, it's wise to get help in for you. So you must get people who actually love doing those tasks. The other one is be vocal. Now, when I talk about be vocal, creak, this is another level of get help, because when I say be vocal, I want you to tell people you're having a funk. Just tell them you're having a funk. Tell them I'm in a funk. People actually want to help. You'll be surprised. The more you avoid, the bigger the chaos that happens. So tell people, say, hey, look, I'm not having a great day. I've got so much going on. I might be a little bit quiet today. That's it. Sometimes holding energy is sometimes enough for people. And if people want to ring me and they just want to say, hey, I just want, can you hold some space for me? That's okay. Now, I'm pretty solution-based, so I do struggle with that a little bit. But if that's what my family need or my friends need, then I will just hold space for them, because sometimes that is just enough. Seen, heard, and acknowledged. Everyone wants to be seen, heard, and acknowledged. The next one after being vocal, so I said about get help and I said be vocal. And the next one is actually take action. And when I talk about take action, I mean take action. So don't let the list collect dust. And I say that, don't let the list collect dust. So start with the highest priority. Start with whatever it is, start with the highest priority and just get it done. Because there is a sense of satisfaction when it's done. There's a huge sense of satisfaction when you've done something. And when you're actually doing something, to know that it's going to get to the end and it's going to be ticked off or written on your whiteboard, which is actually a red one for me. This is my red whiteboard, whatever it is. So having that satisfaction when it's done, or even knowing it's being done, or knowing that you've actually got a time frame to get it done. But don't let that list collect dust. Don't let it collect dust, because it's actually not a great place to be. Chaos. Then rate yourself again. Rate yourself. What does it look like now? 0 to 10. Pretty simple. Now, you'll know I'll talk about this one quite often, and it starts with G. And this one is called glitter. Glitter, 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 glitter. So do more things that make you smile. Do whatever it is that lights you up. Sprinkle your glitter wherever you go, whatever you do. Ensure that the task you're doing has glitter all over it. Because if it's not, and if it feels like quicksand, it's going to be even heavier to get it done. So sprinkle your glitter. Shine that light on whatever it is you're doing and focus on that, because that is what lights you up, and that chaos will disappear when you realize it's actually full of glitter. And know that glittering is actually contagious. Did you know that? Glitter is contagious. So if somebody's sparkling around you, you can't come in with sinking mud, can you? No, it doesn't take long before suddenly you're sprinkling glitter out there. So the other one is actually, I'm saying again, is a G word, and that is called gratitude. Gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. And that is be thankful that this happened. And I'm pretty firm on this. I celebrate a lot. And when glitches, I call them glitches, when glitches happen, I'm thankful that it's happened because it's given me something to work on, because I definitely want things to work on myself and do self-care and nurturing to build me to be the best I possibly can. So gratitude is filling your heart with love, joy, thankfulness, inspiration, whatever it is that comes into your heart. So be grateful that you're alive. Be thankful that you're alive and you're here experiencing this earth. Be thankful for whatever this is, whatever this chaos is. Be thankful for it. What you can do to be thankful is you can list 20 benefits to this thing that's actually happening for you, to you, actually, till you realize it's actually for you and it's meant to be. So 20 will probably do it. 10 might even shift you. 5 might even shift you. But the more you do, the more you're going to fill your heart up with actually joy. And that's about being grateful from the chaos that you're in, because it will 100% move to calm. And it just shifts your perception. It just shifts your perception, and you see whatever this is of value to you in your world. And it's probably one of the quickest steps to go from calm to chaos. Just gratitude, just gratitude, just gratitude. Because there's truly beauty in your situation. Then you're going to rate yourself again. Now, if you get to gratitude and you're doing that exercise and you are still at a 9, do a lot more gratitude links, a lot more benefits to you, because I guarantee if you do enough gratitude, you're going to go to a 0 straight away. The other thing is reach out, and I have over 17 years experience in this business. I have been the roller coaster. I've been the up and down. I've had chaos this week that's just made me dig my toes in. That's made me get more certainty in who I am. It's made me look at me walking my talk. So I know where you've been. I know where you are. I know where you're going. I know what can happen to you. So I am here. Reach out. I'm literally here for you. So that's it. That's me today. How to move, tips to move from chaos to calm. Let me know your favorite tip. Let me know your favorite tip in the comments. It's pretty simple to get yourself out of chaos to calm. And I say that because I've given you those tips, but you've actually got to action them. So this is Debz Cooper, Global Stressologist. Thank you for joining me. If you liked today, or you had a little insight, drop me a comment in here about what you liked and even what you didn't like, or what you're going to take from here. So that's Debz Cooper, Global Stressologist, signing off. Thank you for joining me here today. I will see you next week. Tips to move from chaos to calm. Thanks very much. Bye.